right, so first run going down in the New Balance 1080 V11s. Also, I would have been like halfway through this run already, but when I went to go out the door, I realized I didn't charge my headphones. Nice. All right, 40 minutes, super low effort, low heart rate run. Let's do it. All right, so the new shoes, they were nice to run in. They're very, very soft. And so I feel like as far as like what I'll use them for is probably like really like today, like slow miles, just because they're so cushioned and they're very soft. They don't feel like the fastest shoes in the world, which I know is kind of funny coming from me because your boy ain't fast, but you know what I mean? Like some shoes feel fast, some shoes don't really feel as fast. Like these feel really comfortable, but I wouldn't want to do like super fast workouts in them. But with that being said, today's run was definitely a difficult one. Like heart rate wise and like it's like the run itself wasn't that hard, but mentally I was like, so I don't know how many of you guys are like have been like following every video that I've made on this channel, at least for the triathlon series, but if you have been, you know that I've been like reworking my form with my coach, reworking my running form, really trying to work on what is called the pose method, which is, it really is just a completely different way to run for me. If you want to learn more about it, you can look it up, POSE method. But it's a completely different way to run for me. And another thing that we're really trying to work on is bringing up my cadence. So basically that's the amount of times your foot hits the ground when you're running, trying to bring that up because I usually leave my foot on the ground for too long. And like from what I've read, the longer your foot is on the ground, the more energy you are wasting. And so we've been working on it and I've had some really good runs with it, but then like the past like couple have not been that great. And it's been really difficult for me because I feel like I am working twice as hard, but going like 30% slower because I'm so focused on trying to make sure I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. And then I come back and I look at the data and then I realize that my cadence wasn't even any faster really. And so it's like, man, I just wanted to share this moment because like I've had some really good training sessions and like for the most part, like, and I'm not trying, this is not at all a knock on my coach or anything like that. Like I 100% trust Natasha and I trust everything that she's saying. But you know, just as someone that's trying to do this, it's difficult, right? Like not every single training session has been like perfect and like I'm like super stoked about every single one. Like this morning after the run, I was like, man, I'm really kind of disappointed. And like it's weird, but it's like I'm disappointed in myself because I'm not progressing as fast as I would like, which again, I know if I were talking to someone, I'd be like, you know, it just takes time. You have to have patience, which is something that I'm not good with. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to share that and my mindset and my feelings on that because hopefully it can relate to some of you guys out there. But you know, it is what it is. It's not going to stop me from doing what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to keep plugging along and trusting the process, which is difficult for me sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. We are at the pool for session number 3, my third swimming session. They are very, very against any sort of filming, so it's really hard to get any footage. So I apologize if there's no swim footage, but it's like they're pretty strict. But here we go. It's a beautiful day outside, so I'm excited. It's nice not having as bad of anxiety as I did. There still are some nerves when I first get here, but yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we are back from the swim. It's actually been like a full day since that swim. It's now about 6 p.m. I'm actually getting ready to ride the bike. It's like an hour and 30-minute bike session. So that'll be fun. But with the swim today, I mean, there's still so much that I'm working on. You guys saw that footage that I was actually able to get. So like I said, they are very, very, very particular, and you're really not supposed to film. But I talked to one of the women that were working, and I was like, hey, I want to send this video to my coach, which is what I really do, I promise. Like, is there any way that you would just, like, towards the end, if you could just film me real quick, like, would you be able to do that? And she was like, well, we're not really supposed to. She was like, but we kind of all break the rules. And so she was like, yeah, I can do that. And we started kind of talking. And apparently she had lost 100 pounds as well. And so because I like took off my shirt and I was like getting ready to go in the pool, and we kind of talked about like loose skin and stuff. And I don't know, it was just a really, really cool. It's the first time that I've had like a real conversation with someone at the pool, like someone that works there. So I'm really excited to hopefully like have better connections and relationships with the people like at the pool and stuff. It'll just feel more like a kind of like an event than like this thing that I am supposed to do. But today it was really good. Like, I don't want to say I made a ton of breakthroughs or anything like that. But again, like every time I step into or I get into that pool, I am hopefully, getting more confident, and hopefully just, getting a little bit better every single time. And hopefully I'll be able to start doing, 400 meters without a problem. I'm still at the point where doing, just one length is still pretty difficult. But, you got to be bad at some point, right, to be better. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to get changed, get on this bike, and we got an hour and a half to have some fun. Whew, man, that was a solid ride. Wow, yeah, I really like that. There was some sweet spot sessions in there. So basically what that is sweet spot training is riding just kind of below your FTP number. So for me, my FTP is 280 watts. And so we had, at the very end of that workout, we had two 10-minute blocks of 250 watts, it was actually quite fun. When I was in the middle of the workout, I was looking at that number and I was like, oh, it's gonna suck so bad. Actually really wasn't that bad. So that was encouraging to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because we have a run early in the morning. Good morning, you guys. All right, so today we have an hour run. It's actually, we're going to be doing fartlek training. So I know, the name is great. But I've actually never done this. So basically from what I've learned is it's pretty much just doing some higher pace running. So like, running 9 minutes a mile, and then you slow it down to running a really, really easy pace, like 11, 12 minutes a mile. And you kind of just do that. We're gonna be doing that over the duration of an hour. We have a little bit of a warm up, a little bit of a cool down afterwards. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to pick up the pace just a little bit. You don't really run very fast for a super long amount of time. At least that's not what it has in my plan. I know that you can do that, but usually it's like a short burst of a little bit of speed, and then you slow down for a while just to get your body used to, running at those higher paces. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so first part of the run is done. So we did a warm up, and then we had a little bit of drills, and then we had 20 minutes of 1 minute on, 4 minutes off of fartlek training. It actually felt really nice. It was really nice to actually pick up the pace a little bit. Just makes me feel better all in all about my fitness, because I was like running around like an 8-minute mile, a little bit under actually. And so it's like, oh, okay, so I can actually still run fast. But this last part is 10 minutes, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. So going quick for 1 minute, and then going slow for another minute for 10 minutes, so it's 5 sets. And then we have a cool down, and that's it. Let's do it. All right, the run is done. That actually felt really, really good. That's the longest run I've done in a while, an hour long. But it felt really good. It was nice to just be out there for a while and pick up the pace, and it was all in all, it was a really, really great run, and I'm kind of happy to end this video on a good note, because I know in the beginning I was kind of complaining, and I know that might seem like, to a lot of people out there, you guys have been dealing with like unbelievable weather. You haven't been able to do anything outside for days and like a week. So I understand that me complaining about being able to run in this amazing weather might be annoying, but I'm just trying to be honest. But today was definitely much better. Yeah, that was really, really good. And then update on the Garmin Forerunner 945 so far. I'm absolutely loving it. It's great. I'm very, very happy I picked it up. But with that being said, that is going to be the end of this video. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.